Good morning, first graders. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the reading room. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the main idea, right? The main idea is what the author wants us to know about the story, like the what it's mostly about, what the author wants us to take from the story, right? So we had the main idea. And then we had supporting details. And the supporting details go with the main idea. It's like your evidence of like, hey, that's the main idea, but why? How do you know that? Remember our story? Pizza, right? This silly mouse. Remember the main idea? Yeah, he was not good at cooking. He was really bad at it. And if someone said, what's your evidence? What's your details to support that? How do you know that? You could say, remember? He burnt the toast. He burnt the soup. He burnt the peas, right? Yeah, it's called pizza, but the main idea, it's not just pizza. That's the title. The main idea the author wanted you to know was this mouse was not good at cooking. All right, and then you had the details. So we filled out something like this. We're going to do this today with a story called Mother Bruce. Now, this is one of my favorite books, and there's actually a good amount in the series. And the series is like, like a sequel or like a book 2, a book 3, a book 4 would have kind of the same characters in it. So this is Mother Bruce, but it's really was said Mother Goose, and then it was crossed out to write Bruce. Mother Bruce. Bruce is usually like a guy's name, but okay. And then he's got some, looks like maybe gooselings over here. So it's by Ryan T. Higgins. Now this author's pretty famous. He's another one like Mo Willems. He draws the pictures and writes the words. So we have Mother Bruce. Now, I don't know the main idea just from looking at this title. I can kind of see who the characters are, right? And maybe the setting is outside, but just by looking at the title and looking at the cover, I really don't know the main idea of the story. So that's what we're going to try to figure out today. We're trying to figure out the main idea and the details to support it. All right. So right away, I'm looking at the setting again. Remember, that's where the story takes place. Yeah, it's looking like outside, right? So forest, and that makes sense. We're dealing with animals as characters. So Mother Goose, but it's crossed out to say Mother Bruce. All right. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. Can you give me a grumpy face? A grump is like someone who's like really like, I guess like negative or like annoyed with things a lot. Not so much happy. I would say a grump is the opposite of like a positive, happy person. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rainy days. He did not like cute little animals. How do you not like cute little animals or sunny days? Bruce only liked one thing, eggs. Good morning, Miss Sparrow. He collected them from all over the forest. But Bruce didn't eat raw eggs like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. Ooh. Looks like he's got eggs, deviled eggs, eggs on toast. You know who I'm thinking? I'm thinking the mouse should be friends with the bear to learn how to cook a little bit, especially with the toast. Anyway, one day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. Salmon sauce. So he went out to get the ingredients. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support your local businesses, you see. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. Are these eggs free-range organic? Ah! At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. Okay. But the fire in his stove fizzled. So fizzled means like went out slowly, like it fizzled away. So he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. All right, there's the eggs. Now the fire is out. Mama? Bruce became the victim of a mistaken identity. Do you know what mistaken identity means? That means they're confused. These little gooselings are confused with who that bear is, who Bruce is. And they called him Mama. Yikes. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not gooselings. You think Bruce is happy about that? No way. He supposed he could settle for buttered gooselings on toast. But for some reason, he lost his appetite. Yeah, because they're alive. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest. I will have to ask Mrs. Goose about her return policy. But only to find out Mrs. Goose had flown south early. Be back in April. April? Oh my goodness. Bruce left the gooselings there anyway, and he went back home. Okay, so he was like, forget about it. They can figure it out on their own. You think they're going to stay there, those gooselings? Mm-mm. What do you know about, now these aren't ducks, but what do you know about ducks? Like, they'll like to follow the mama duck around, right? Yeah, so, Mama? But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, go away. Stern kind of means serious. And I'm not your mother. And also, I liked you better when you were eggs. You think Bruce is happy about them? Mm-mm. But they're just cute little baby gooselings. They don't know any better. Roar! Bruce couldn't take it any longer and became extra grumpy with them. Oh, I do not want to be around a grumpy, mean bear. They look a little scared too. There's no words on this page, so I'm just guessing they're a little scared. It didn't work. Gooselings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. Mama! 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 Mama? Look at him. Okay, so he's stomping on the ground and they're trying to follow him stomping on the ground, being angry like him. Because they're trying to follow exactly what he does. They're trying to learn. They think he's their mom. Bruce was stuck with them. Mama. He tried to make the best of it. Okay, so he's trying to make the best of it. What's he doing here? He's playing in the pool with them, maybe teaching them how to swim. Do you think he's happy about that? I don't know. It was hard work. Oh, wow, look at him. Okay, he's teaching them how to paint. And then look at him. Maybe he's going out for a walk or store and he even bought something to carry them in. Oh, Bruce. Blah, ew, yuck. Look, he's trying to feed them and they became picky eaters. Right? And then they're napping together. They're all tired, even Bruce. Oh, so he's caring about them. He's actually doing motherly things for them. It is hard work being a mom. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky gooselings grow older. Annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese, look at them, they have headphones on, and boring adult geese. Oh my goodness, they grew up pretty fast here. So look, here they go, and now they're full-blown geese. Then, one fall afternoon, he saw other goose families flying south. Well, that's what birds do. A lot of birds do. Not all the birds, but that's what geese do. Finally, he'd be rid of those geese, and he could take a long winter's nap. So, do you ever see, probably now you might see, if you're going for a walk at all, you might see some birds flying high in the sky, and they make like a V shape, and they're flying. That's usually geese. Not all the time, but a lot of times they're geese flying south, where it's warmer. They migrate. But bears hibernate, which hibernate means they kind of go for a really long winter nap. They like go to sleep for a few months because it's too cold out, and then they'll wake up when it's spring. Other animals do that too. Bruce explained migration. He's like, you gotta fly and go south. But they didn't listen. How do you know they didn't listen here? Yeah, look, they're dressed for the cold, right? They got a scarf and their shoulders. They're like, we're not leaving you, Mom. He's like, stop calling me Mom. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. Oh boy. Look at him. He's gonna shoot them. You think that's gonna work? Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. Sigh. Oh. Okay, why won't they leave Bruce? Because they love him. Look at that. They're like, Mom, even though we're adults, we're not leaving you. We love you. So, Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus and migrated to Miami. That's south, where it's really warm, so they migrated. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade, while Bruce dreams of new recipes that don't hatch. Oh, they're like a big happy family. Look at them. Uh-oh. Mama? What? What just happened here on this page? Look, a turtle hatched from his egg, and he looked at one of the geese and he was like, Mama? Oh boy. The end. Now, I really like this series, and there is another Bruce Hotel, which I think I own. I think there's a Bruce Big Move, and then there might be a Bruce Big Storm, which I have all of them. So I'll read them eventually because I really like them. So, okay, we just read that awesome story. What was it about? What do you think the author wanted, what it's mostly about? What do you think the author wanted you to know about it? Yeah, it was. You're right. It was about a bear who had some geese for kids. But I think what the author really wanted you to take from that story, like really wanted you to understand, was Bruce finally ended up liking and caring about those geese. Yeah, if you think about it. Like the whole time he's like, go away. I don't want you, right? Go away. But what's my details? What's my evidence? He started caring about them. What did he do with them, right? All right, let's regroup. So, main idea. Bruce liked and cared about the geese. I put that right here. He liked and cared about the geese. Now, go ahead, ask me. Just notice what's your evidence. How do you know that? What's your evidence? I'll tell you. Okay. One detail supporting it. I'm going to show you. When you like and care about someone, you're going to do stuff with them. And you're going to take care of them. So look. What was he doing on this page? Yeah, he was teaching how to paint. He was painting with them. If you don't like someone, you don't care about them, you're not going to waste your time on that, right? He was like, better make the most of it. So he's trying to teach him how to paint and have fun with it. So my one detail, supporting my stool right here, he painted with them. He did something fun with them. How about here? What's he doing here? He's being a good mom, or Papa Bear, but he's being a good mom of Bruce, and he's feeding them. That means to show he cares about them, right? He's taking on the responsibility of being a mom, and he's feeding his 4 geese, right? So, he fed them. That's another detail. What's another detail? I'm going to show you. What about this page? What did he do here? Right. He knew that the winter would be too cold for those geese to stay up there. So he was like, all right, we're migrating together. Even though it's too hot for him and he should be hibernating, he went with them because he put his kids first. He put the geese before his needs. That is like the ultimate thing that you do as a parent or as a mom. You might not realize that yet, but they put you before them. And that's what he did here. So that's my third detail. He migrated with them. That's a big word. He went with them for the winter, right? He took them where they needed to be. So main idea, he ended up really liking them and caring about them. And there's a whole series about it, right? That's what the author wanted you to get out of that. Yeah, he might have been a grump in the beginning, but he didn't realize he needed those geese just as much as they needed him. Okay? And my evidence, I know this because he painted with them. He took care of them. He fed them. He made sure they were okay. He cared about their needs. Right? And you're talking about needs and wants with Mrs. Heller, right? So their needs, they needed to eat. They needed to have a place to sleep. They needed to get south for the winter, and he took them there. So he actually was a really good mom or dad. We'll just call him a great parent. All right? So I hope I have books more of Mother Bruce at home. If not, I will make sure I stop by my classroom to get some more. Okay? So remember, your mission today, first grade detectives. When you read a story at home or on Raz Kids, read it. And then go tell someone in your house, what's the main idea? What do you think the author wanted you to know about that story? What was it mostly about? And give a detail or two supporting your, giving some evidence. Okay, have a great day. Make sure you watch all the other teachers' videos. Bye.